What's good? What's good? What's good? Y'all know what this is. You see what I'm draped in? Well, at least this, you know what I'm saying? Just y'all know what it is. It's going down tonight. Our journey begins tonight. One time, of course, but we'll see. It's me, your man Trey. We got the People's Coats, aka CC. What's good with you, my brother? How you doing today?
Man, let's not even play with it, man. Come on, how we win and lose? Like, we was rolling to the show with that. But how we win and lose? Come on, Dallas. How you gonna win the game then lose the game? I don't even understand. Come on, man. In all my years, I never thought it would be us, right? I never thought it would, for real. I never thought it would be us that make those bonehead moves. I told you earlier in the season we ain't disciplined, and it shows up. The undisciplined. That was undisciplined.
So, do you think it was undisciplined, or do you think he just tried to? You think they went over that in the huddle, like, "Hey,
no,
the ball, get away from it." You know, what I'm saying the block or anything like that.
No, man, everybody know the rules. If it's a block, he tried to be the hero. See, hero ball ain't just basketball. People, it spills over to football. He tried to be. Remember, early on in the season, man. We did that thing where I think it was against the Ravens. We was playing against somebody and we got the onside kick or whatever. Dude picked up on the onside kick and ran it for it. He trying to do the same thing. Man, look, we don't need that. All we needed is get out the way.
Or so I think get out the way would have been as equally as bad because it looked like it was coming from it. I think I would have seen it had he tried to like move left or right. It would have took the chance of the ball going left or right.
He should have been out the way a long time ago.
He could have fell on it though.
He could have fell on it. He should have never been there.
He could have fell on it.
They blocked it.
Yeah.
Get out the way.
Yeah.
You should be in the end zone already celebrating. We blocked the kick. You don't need to touch it. You don't have to do nothing else. The work is done.
As I watched the fold in front of me, I could hear you. I just knew you was like, oh man. I was like, I can see.
No, dude. I was like, really? I was looking at the TV like, really though? He really just did that? Jerry Jones is getting old because whatever he said didn't make sense. And then from there, Michael Parsons, I get it, blow up. And then I heard all the other reports. Oh, he said that was more important than the playoff game. See, that's their problem. No, he did not say that. What he said was, man, that loss hurt almost like a playoff game. Almost more than a playoff. No, what he was trying to say was, I'm playing with some dumb you-know-whats.
He looked like he was over there sick.
That's what he was saying. That's what I'm talking about. Because he was disgusted, man. Like, you ain't never been disgusted in your life and just walk off and shake your head. That's what he was doing.
Yeah.
Man, did the defense not play their hearts out? Did they not give you everything? They sacked Joe Burrow to get to the punt. Then you block the punt. And then you lose the game. I'm walking off with him. I'm not even mad at him for that one.
You said Mike McCarthy should have walked off with him too?
Should have walked off with him. Like, Mike, ain't nothing we can do. Mike, we done did all we could. We done did all we could. We can't do nothing else. I mean, I'm just saying. And you saw a Fossil or whatever. You saw a little Fossil waving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And all there was, Turpin was waving. Like, everyone was like, what are you doing? Like, get out the way.
That's all you got to do. No. So now we going to get on Guerendo or whoever running tonight.
Isaac Guerendo. Y'all know the name. So, right,
nobody know that name. You the only one know that name.
So Isaac Guerendo was the other person when Christian McCaffrey. He was the second player. He was the second running back behind Jordan Mason. Of course, Jordan Mason got injured. Isaac Guerendo gets the start. Isaac Guerendo is the running back that started last week against the Chicago Bears. So. He was the only one. He put up some pretty I ain't gonna say impressive, but he put up more over the average numbers against Buffalo in that snow game. So Isaac, he's not a slouch, from my understanding.
400 tonight, it ain't gonna matter tonight. The Rams got this tonight. He can run. I'm telling y'all already what's going on. This is why, because right now I need somebody to join where I'm at. I'm getting killed in the standings too. Like, yo, I'm damn near 65%, people.
Nah, you. So okay, but
I'm
you.
64.6%. That's almost 65%.
Well, okay,
That's a
yeah.
good percentage.
I was about to say.
Some
I was about
games.
to say.
You
Look at it.
70%.
Yeah, I'm on 70%. I mean, I guess you could say
Bishop
like
the GOAT like
68.
66% or something.
60,
I'm
yeah,
like,
66, yeah.
man,
So
you gotta get 2/3 of the games right. Who else doing that on what platform? Because I see all these other people 40 and whatever's. I mean, you feel what I'm saying? 80 and 50%, and then I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I put it like that's like people don't realize. Like, I mean, of course, I don't know how many other people do the whole season, but in my opinion, those are impressive in a sense. I ain't gonna say impressive, but it's like okay, something to look at. Like these cats choosing these numbers, like and stuff like that. Especially when you look at how it started, and for you, when you look at it, starting out, is like you sit up and turn the tables. You know what I'm saying? Like you was probably at 40%. At the first half of the
right?
But you insert that 40%, you improved it 20%. So that's saying. So when you gotta figure, I mean, I think your biggest like if Bishop was on right now, what's going on, Dale? If Bishop was on right now, he would tell you your biggest Achilles heel is betting them damn
Cowboys.
I refuse.
Look, the Cowboys got what, 8 losses? They got 8. Take away them 8 losses, or take away well,
at least
5
at least 8. At least half of those you wouldn't get the game when you should have. Yeah.
And so the darn Patriots too. I was riding with them heavy early, man. You know what I'm saying?
So and then for me, I could look at it. A lot of that came. I was reluctant. I was so against picking the Minnesota Vikings when I probably should have been picking them. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all finessed me 2 weeks ago into picking the 49ers when I know good and damn well they was not going to beat Green Bay. And I went against my better judgment and picked them anyway.
Look. How good are the Buffalo Bills right now? Before we talk about Belichick going to UNC, man.
Yeah,
how good can the Buffalo Bills actually win a Super Bowl? Not make it, but win a Super Bowl. I never thought they could before. I mean, I'm just saying, like I'm gonna keep it real. I never saw them winning the Super Bowl, but man.
So when I look at it, I'll be honest, right? First and foremost, I don't think this year, I think the NFC wins the Super Bowl, regardless of who it is. I think the NFC wins the Super Bowl. But when you look at the Buffalo Bills, I think Buffalo playing at home in that environment is their best bet for them to get a dub. So they're able to earn that first round bye or just earn the home field advantage for the throughout the playoffs. I think the possibilities are extremely high for them to end up finishing out the season. But if they have to go somewhere else, i.e., Baltimore or Kansas City or something like that, I don't know what we're gonna see. But if Buffalo can get that tide turn and end up home, I think their chances are hard. Because if you see, I mean, chances are it might not be like what it was when they played San Francisco, but you saw like that makes a difference, like in the utterly complete difference. And I'm not saying that just because it was against my Niners, but that's what the real is. Like it makes a huge difference, especially if it's snowing. And it's not just that it snowed and now it's cold and all that. Like that makes a difference, and that's their environment. Like we could talk about Kansas City plays in the snow, yeah, but they don't play in Buffalo snow. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore.
Okay. I was looking for a while. Buffalo is different, man. Like yeah, it's what they can say torrential. It's torrential.
Yeah, so that makes a difference. Like those are elements completely different in my opinion.
The fans gotta help you clear the stands, or else it won't be no fans in the stands. They gotta imagine having to shovel your own seat out. like you gotta bring a shovel to the stadium. That's Buffalo, but man, no. I had Saquon Barkley as my MVP. Josh Allen is coming up quick, man. If he keep doing what he's doing, man, come on. I've never seen that in life. 3 touchdowns running and 3 passing. I've never seen. Come on, man. I ain't never seen that. Not in a pro game. Not in one pro game in my life have I ever seen a guy run for 3 and then throw for 3.
So think of the things in which you have never seen, right? I sit and I watch and I keep listening to different people talk about what has happened. Of course, as we know, Josh, Rebecca Jones. I like Josh Allen. Josh Allen is nice. I've been watching Josh Allen for a while. He is nice. He's starting to come around. But for as we all know, of course, Bill Belichick has signed with the University of North Carolina as their next head coach. 5 years, $50 million, average out $10 million a year. So as I listen and hear everything when they're talking about it, do you really think that this is a good move? Like, I know what everyone would like to expect, but is this legitimately going to be what is going to be expected? I mean, it's going to probably take a year or two for it to come to fruition to even see remotely, but do you think this is a good move?
Yeah, I think so. I think he on the climax of his career, and I think this is saying that I'm going home. You know, it's sort of like the chicken going home to roost, so to speak. Man, he going home. So it's like, and then he get to do something that's different. Like, I saw his little spiel, and man, if he came in there talking that to me, I would have been listening too. Like, I saw his little spiel on TikTok, courtesy of TikTok. I saw him saying, "Man, I'm going there to develop these players and give them skills to get them NFL ready." See what I'm saying? He already recruiting. Like, do you feel what I'm saying? He come
like, you know what he sound like? If you don't like your video, your manager dancing in your videos.
Exactly, right?
come over to come over to Tar Heel Row.
He like, I promise I'm gonna get them NFL ready, and not only that, but give them life skills. Man, this dude talking something else. He talking something else. It's like, I ain't hear Deion say this. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I ain't hear Deion say. I ain't hear Deion say what he's saying. Like,
looking at that, right? And we definitely want to touch on that so looking at what's going on, right? And you just said he said that. When I look at it, how I view it is, he's talking got that good stuff. What's going on, little cuz? Glad to have you information with us this afternoon. So when I look at it, right, and it gets broken down, he, true enough, like the expectancy is like he's going to do exactly that. He's going to produce NFL ready talent and all that. He's going to evaluate. He's going to put it in position. But do you think he has the wherewithal to coach and reach those young men outside of that, like off the field type stuff? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Does he have that? Because now
maybe he didn't make it clear. I'm gonna make it clear for you.
Okay.
These people that he finna recruit, all coming with fathers in their world, people. All coming with structure. Not saying that single people can't get them structure, but what I'm saying is his former players' kids are who he's finna coach right now. He finna coach the next breed of NFL athlete on another level. Those that want to learn. Those that want to learn, go learn, man. Those that don't, they ain't gonna be there long. It's just that simple. What he's saying is, hey, all my former players, all the players in the NFL, you got kids about to go through the system, send them this way. That's what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? The ones that respect him already, Trey. That's what I'm trying to get to. The people that respect him already and know his character and know what he brings to the table. Hey, if Brady's son Jack play, he probably gonna end up in UNC. I'm just saying, watch for it. You know what I'm saying? Watch for it is what I'm saying. For real, that's what he's doing right now. He recruiting on a slick way though, because he's not recruiting in your living room. He recruiting the parents of, the superstars that he coached, the players that he coached, the stars around the league. They all finna sit. It's like what was that college basketball or whatever, where all the Oak Hill or whatever, where all the
Oak Hill Academy.
You know what I'm saying? Where they all want to play.
Crazy you say that, right? Because Oak Hill Academy out of Martha, West Virginia, or Martha Wilson, Virginia, they were flipping players. Like a player from my high school. A player from my high school ended up leaving, like Brandon Jennings, ended up leaving Dominguez High School to go to Oak Hill Academy to go play ball.
That's what Bill Belichick is. We've seen it before with the Nick Sabans, but we ain't seen it. What we're about to witness in the next 3 years, I say, it's gonna be crazy. You know what I mean?
That part, Anthony. Yeah, that part. Mm-hmm. Like who's gonna be on the coaching staff? Like,
and see, I'm wondering, is he gonna have?
Is anyone gonna get flipped this season? Like, what? That's interesting. Is anyone gonna get flipped this season? Are we gonna start seeing players flipping from Alabama, LSU, USC to go to UNC? We're gonna see. But like someone said,
he don't want them. Let me tell you, he gonna take some of them right off the rip. But let me tell you who he want. He want those players already with the championship medal, man. He don't want those players. Hey, just because you was in the spotlight don't make you a champion. I'm trying to tell you, this dude is a good master of a champion, man. Like, look at some of the names that he made champions that if they played anywhere else, would they have been champions? You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the list of some of those names. You know, he had the Richard Seymours. He had some good players. You know what I'm saying? But come on, man. But come on. I say it time and time again. We wouldn't even know who Teddy Bruschi was if he didn't play for New England and win them championships. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. It's what he brings to the table is different, man. I think he one of the best to ever do it. I didn't get, I got this. I was a kid when I saw Shula. Shula was on the end of his thing, the 90s, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Right? My preteens or something, Shula was almost done. If that's the measuring stick, then I think Belichick blew that out the water. I compare him to like the Phil Jackson of football. Like, dude, Phil did it on a different scale, but what Belichick what could possibly, and I'm only speaking potential because I don't know how it's gonna turn out. He is
yeah. Potentially, but it could be on the upside, yeah. Because it's like I was listening to somewhere as someone said the expectation is that Bill Belichick is not going to be in no one's kitchen or living room trying to pull, saying he's going to leave that to other people. But why not? Like, why? Because, or you say that for the best of the best. Like, I need this cat. I want this cat. I'm
because they're not going to listen to you.
You don't ever hear Bill Belichick in anyone's living room until you hear him in mine.
They're not going to listen to you anyway. They're not going to listen to you anyway. He already know what his strengths are. His strength is not going to be in your living room trying to recruit you. You doing the gritty and he mugging you. That's not gonna work. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's not.
You know that Bill Belichick in the stand and you simply do some little dance and talk about.
I mean, that's not gonna work.
He walks off.
He know what his strengths are. See, I'm thinking that's what I'm telling you. He gonna play off his strengths. He know that's not one of his strengths, man. He know his strength is gonna be, like I said, communicating with the parents and getting, and getting parents to get in their kids' ear. You need to go here. You need to go here and learn from this man. Like, why not? Why not? Who else you gonna learn from? Nick Saban gone. Who else you gonna learn from that you're gonna get the most NFL experience? He already talking NFL. He ain't even talking, I'm gonna develop you to be a great sophomore or no. He talking, I'm gonna get you NFL ready. Come mess with me, I'm gonna get you NFL ready.
We definitely gonna see how that ends up working out.
Hey, if Mike Shanahan wanted the job, that's what he could do. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, I think about a lot of coaches that's older, like
better built for the to start the career as opposed to be the beginning of their careers.
Well, it's the beginning of the end, but it's a great ending, right? Now I gave everything I had to the NFL, to the oldest. Now I'm gonna go give some to the youngins on my way out. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think there's any job that is worthy enough to pull him away from UNC?
No, because he's not going to coach the Kansas City Chiefs. He's not going to get Patrick Mahomes. Like, he's not going to get Lamar Jackson. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he ain't going to even get Justin Herbert. What I'm saying is that.
What's funny is I was thinking Justin Herbert just after you said Lamar Jackson. My mind went Justin Herbert. Like those type of talents.
No,
he's not going to get Josh Allen. He's not like.
The writing's on the wall in the NFL, which is sad for Bill Belichick, but the writing's on the wall for him in the NFL. Unless you want like the Carolina Panthers or something, it's not a job available for you there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a job available for you there that's worth entertaining. They've made that message clear that you didn't even get hired this past offseason. So it's time to move on from the NFL. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, ain't nothing wrong.
What's interesting enough is where do you think he's going to go? Like, this is a nuance to him, the NIL situations, right? There are going to be different nuances to him, and I wonder how he basically goes through and how he navigates this. Like Anthony was saying, who's this coaching staff he's going to put around himself? Is he going to pull the? Is he going to go, or is he going to advise to go the same route in which Stanford did by hiring someone to be a GM-ish type player that could navigate all this type of stuff and just allow him the opportunity to coach that he can be in talking back and forth with, in communication with, to be like, okay, this is what we got. This is who we're recruiting. What you think about this, and bring all that type of stuff. I wonder, is it going to be a situation where they're going to start to develop a different type of plan that's going to be, that probably could be mimicked across the NFL or across certain teams, to where it's like, okay, this is what we're looking to bring people in, because he's already stepping into one thing when you look at it with the whole transfer portal, right? Like that's going to be new to him anyway. It's like free agency all over again. So it's going to be different things. I wonder how long it's going to take him to be able to be accustomed to and becoming accustomed to, and realizing that, okay, you're UNC, true enough. And someone said it, it's the ACC. It's not the Big 10. It's not the Big 12. It's not the SEC. It's the ACC. With the Pac-12 going, the ACC now becomes that team, or at this point, that's like, okay, another one of these teams in this conference. We don't know. We don't know. You might not be able to compete. So it's gonna be a hella interesting once you look at it, right?
I think he's gonna do fine, because it's just like you said. Now it's a money game. He already just been playing. He's been playing the ultimate money game. You know what I'm saying? Who to pay, who not to pay, who to let it go, who to keep. He already been playing that game, and he's been both the GM and the head coach the whole time. People, that's what's made him so cold, is that he's picking the people and he's decided who to pay, who to keep, who not to pay. You know, I just hope he switches philosophy a little bit, because, you know, in the pros, he ain't always want to pay people. He let them walk, and that system worked for a long time, until in the end it finally caught up with him, which I didn't think it caught up with him, because they went a decade without winning. I just think that he didn't have a decade left to give to rebuild again. You feel what I'm saying? Like, in a climate where it's like you got 2-3 years to flip a team. Like, the Bears are going through coaches every 2 years. You know what I'm saying? They're not even making it to 3. They're going through coaches every 2 years. Jacksonville is what, on a third coach in the last 7 years or something? Like, these teams are running through coaches. You have to look at it. Like, the transition is huge now in the pro game. So it's going to be the same in college. Like I said, I'm thinking 3 years. I don't know if I would have signed 5 years, as I was saying. I'm thinking 3 years. You put your imprint on it, and then, you know, if you go 2 more, you go 2 more. But I think it's gonna work out great, because he already playing that money game. He already know that. He already know that game. He already know the free agency system, the transfer portal. My thing is what players would he take? Now I want to see his strategy of which players will he take out of the you know, like, just because you want to transfer don't mean I'm letting you come here. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm anxious to see. Like, what caliber of players is he gonna get right off the rip? Because there's a bunch of people. Look here, he in North Carolina, and I'm gonna tell you this right here. With Florida State on the outs, I'm going straight to Florida. I'm going straight to Florida, get speed. I'm going straight to Florida, get toughness. I'm going straight to Florida. Like, hey, Florida State is down here now. You know.
So another thing you just said, I'm willing to see. You know what I'm waiting to see? I'm waiting to see who's going to be crowned Heisman Trophy winner for 2024-25 season, as that's going to go down Saturday.
If it ain't Travis Hunter, it's a travesty.
It's not Travis Hunter. It can't be Travis Hunter.
It's a travesty.
You know what? I've been looking this up, right? I've been peeping game. I've been checking my list. Who's naughty? Who's nice? And when I look at it is, we know the 4 finalists for the Heisman Trophy is Travis Hunter, Ashton Jeanty, Dylan Brooks, and Cameron Ward, right? 2 quarterbacks.
Dylan Gabriel.
I'm sorry, Dylan Brooks. I'm thinking basketball. I can't wait till we get into basketball.
Shout out Rockets. Well, while you did that, shout out Rockets for making it to Vegas in the semifinals or whatever. Good game last night against the Warriors. Like, yeah, good game.
So shout out. So when you look at it, Dylan Gabriel. So 2 quarterbacks, Oregon and Miami. 2-way player in Hunter with for Colorado, being a cornerback and a receiver, and then Ashton Jeanty, running back, out of Boise State. So when you look at the comparisons, right, Boise State, of course, gets the shame award because they say they don't play against top tier competition. Colorado plays in the Big 10, Big 12. ACC is where Miami plays, and then the Big 12, the Big 10 is where Oregon plays. Oregon's the number 1 team in the nation. But when you start to look at the numbers, and numbers don't lie, bro. Numbers don't lie. Travis Hunter is the 6th best wide receiver in the country. 6th best.
6 out of how many?
I get it, but he's not number 1, is what I'm saying.
But he's playing both sides of the ball, and he's 6. I'm top 10 in this. And then where do I rank?
Okay.
As a defensive player.
Okay, I see your chess move.
I'm in the top 10 in both.
So he's the 6th best wide receiver in the country. But the volume of balls in which he gets also puts him there. He's also the best wide receiver on his team.
Oh, so now I'm being penalized because they throw me the ball a lot.
But what I'm saying is that we know he gets fed a lot by for whatever reason.
So does Jeanty. Jeanty touching the ball. This dude had 20 carries at halftime, Trey.
But again, like I said, if you remove Jeanty from Boise, Boise's not winning. I feel like if you remove Travis from Colorado, Colorado still has a chance to win because of their quarterback. Their quarterback was the 3rd best quarterback in the nation. So because he's like, why am I not in the Heisman Trophy conversation? But I mean, of course, he's up against Dylan Gabriel and Cam Ward, who sits above him. So it's like, if it was
in the Heisman conversation because you get sacked too much, and some of that's not your offensive line fault.
Yes, and then also additionally, when you look at it, like if it wasn't the ball was, in my opinion, forced to Travis Hunter, then we'll be looking at something different. If it was just like anything else, because you got to look at the number 1 player, the number 1 wide receiver in the NCAA is Nix out of San Jose State, who's only been a wide receiver for 2 years, and he's leading the country, in as a wide receiver. He played
for San Jose State. So man, does that really count? Yes,
it counts because he's a Division I player. It should count.
What I'm saying is, does it really count though? Like, come on, man. The level of competition makes you better. Iron sharpens iron, Trey. There's always been a rule in life. That's always been a rule. So it's like, yo, and as far as your Boise State argument all the time with this Jeanty guy, it's like, yo, you coach the youngins. So just because you coach it in the age bracket of 10 to 12, a team come in and they all 10-year-olds, and your squad come in, they all 12-year-olds. If the 10-year-olds beat y'all, that's impressive. If you roll over them, that's not impressive.
True that, and so that's what happened to the last season, which I coached here, and like you said, the youth coaching. I feel like we was in that same situation. I played 2 divisions. I played 1 division, in both divisions it made it to the championship in the league championship in both divisions. However, I didn't win either championship because in one situation, I believe that the kids were on the back end were closer to the transition period than the wide. Like I had legitly young kids that were talented, but they were young. In the higher bracket, I think the kids were closer to going to the next division than they were to being in the middle. So we was outmatched. Honestly, we were truly outmatched. And so, but we put up a fight and we was in position to win. It just didn't happen. So when you at the end of the day, like I get what you're saying, the competition makes a difference. And like had we won, then especially when they have been rolling over everybody, including rolled over us twice, and then here we go in the championship game and we sit up and come out victorious, it would have made a difference. I mean, yes, they're looked at like, oh, y'all wasn't off. They gave David slayed Goliath. That's what it looks like. But when I'm looking at it, it's like Jeanty, although he is, yes, it is. And like, let's go back, take it back a little bit. I mean, I guess we can't. I'm about to say, because look at when Barry Sanders set the record, what was his competition? But he was in the Big 12.
Man, dude, that dude played against the toughest of competition. Colorado was tough back then. Texas was tough back then. You know,
Nebraska.
Nebraska, all them schools was tough. It's like, yo, it was a different time. And plus, they was more physical. They could do more things. Like it wasn't no helmet contact. You got to understand. They was trying to ring your bell for real. So it was a whole different game. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is Jeanty is good, man. This young man is talented.
I just haven't three-star prospect, and now he's.
I just haven't seen him play against, other than Oregon, who not known for defense, I just haven't seen him play against anybody where I could say, man, he ran over a good defense. You feel what I'm saying? Like we watch the NFL week to week. If Saquon was doing that, if Saquon played the Panthers every week and he was doing that every week against the Panthers, then you like he ain't doing nothing. Saquon is running over some good defenses. You feel what I'm saying? Like he's running. Derrick Henry has run over some good defenses, man. Like good defensive schemes, whole defensive scheme to stop you, and you still run over it. I mean, I'm not saying it's not happening to Jeanty. What I'm saying is the level of players understanding and making that happen is less of a shot when you Boise State. That's not his fault. Well, it kind of sort of is because he could have went to another team and proved whatever. But why is he at Boise State anyway? And this is great. See, you got to ask yourself them kind of questions.
So that's what I'm saying. He was a third round. He was a 3-star quarterback, running back. He didn't get a lot of offers. You know what I'm saying? So because he started playing late.
Boise State. Why are because you not here? Why you ain't Notre Dame?
I guess that was the best of what he could offer because you got to think because you also got to take into consideration which Chris Peterson was the coach at Boise State. Boise State was still popping. They wasn't getting into the top. They wasn't getting into the bowl games, but they was still, or they was running through the competition and then get to their lose one game and it sets them back because they already was considered to not be in a top a good a powerful conference to begin with. But Jeanty, he started late. And he ended up coming to the States because he was overseas. He ended up coming to the States and played a couple of years, but he sat behind running backs and stuff like that. Like when he was in high school, all the way up to his senior year, he played like cornerback, safety, punter, and stuff like that because there was no place that he was sitting behind people. But once he became a senior, he got the start. He got the starting running back position. And then it went from there, in which he garnered enough to get a three-star rating, but wasn't no one really checking for him. So he ends up at Boise, and here he is. Now is coming together for him. So I mean, what we gonna see? Like you said, but averaging over 150 yards.
This is why the quarterbacks out of there. I'm sick of quarterbacks. I'm glad we ain't talking Gabriel and Ward a lot right now because they get an award. They just get an award to quarterbacks half the time. Sometimes they ain't even, this guy ain't even the best of the land. And it shows by, who won the Heisman Trophy and who doing what right now. Caleb Williams won the Heisman Trophy. How many who eyeballing him? What was his name? Bryce Young won the Heisman Trophy. CJ Stroud blew him out the water first year. Eye test. This, that, but all I'm saying is that, these quarterbacks that win the Heisman Trophy, they don't be on it. A lot of them don't be on it like, especially in recent years, they ain't on it like that. It's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sick of the quarterback always getting the benefit of the doubt and winning the award. When it's like, it's more talent out there, and Jeanty shows it. Travis Hunter shows it. I feel like I can't say they left anybody off the list because I like Cam Ward, but I feel like Cam Ward's play in some of their wins, but mostly they losses. Like, I don't know, night and day, different, different, like, where's the focus? Like, this guy seemed like he was ultimately focused, and then you could tell he lost focus here and there in a couple of games. And Gabriel, just the benefit of having a well-coached, ready, a well-prepared Oregon team who has speed. Speed. See, I would like to see Gabriel. Because when you get in the NFL, your team might not have all that speed. You feel what I'm saying? You got one guy that got a lot of speed sometimes on these teams. Maybe two. But you got all these runners, you got all this speed. I want to see you without the speed.
And so, and don't get me wrong, like Travis Hunter is exceptional, right? You know what I'm saying? He's an athlete, truly an athlete. It's just that I think he's benefiting from the both side of the ball conversation, in which
I think he's benefiting from playing, man. Like he out there playing the games. I'm gonna keep it real, Trey. He playing 80, 90 snaps, 100 snaps.
If Genty wasn't in the course, I think it probably would be Shedeur, and I would give it to Travis at that point. Well, but when I look at,
they talking Shedeur.
Shedeur said he should have had his own table.
They talking Shedeur going number 1 overall. I'm hearing different talks of Shedeur.
I seen some earlier where they thought the expectation was he would be. Oh no, that's Travis Hunter. They expect Travis Hunter to go 3rd overall to the Patriots, but. In state, which I seen the funniest thing today, was Shedeur was like, he thought he was gonna have his own table on Friday night, but he was like, but that's cool, it is, and so it was like, man, he's like, if you don't win, I'm crashing out, I'm flipping the table, like what? I was like, these boys is wild. It was on Travis Hunter's podcast, and Travis like he believes he should win.
Shedeur, man, if you had 5 or 6 people, but it's the Mount Rushmore of the game right now. I mean, Shedeur did enough to put himself as one of the best. You know what I'm saying?
Shiloh is the
look. Shiloh not trash. He just plays he plays safety, and I haven't seen him wow me or do a whole lot to really be that guy. Like I said, man, Shiloh just been a benefit of the system. 6 years in college, bro. I don't know. You should have been in the pros. Is all I'm saying. Like, what you doing? Waiting on your little bro or something? I mean, I don't know. Is this a plan? Is this by design? I'm just saying. It's kind of strange. Like, because if you that talented, because I'm just saying, we saw Prime in his day.
Yeah.
Prime didn't wait. All I'm saying
they couldn't wait. Yeah.
6 years.
Back then they couldn't wait. So, but everyone, because it's just funny you say that. I was just thinking about your boy who you thought highly of, in which I legitly he gave USC fits Cam Rising. And Cam Rising is been in the league, been around. Him and Trevor Lawrence came into the league at the same year in 2017. Trevor Lawrence has played is on his 4th year in the league. Cam is about to play played 3 years, and he's potentially going to play again in 2025, still in college at Utah. It's like, this is wild, but I mean, injuries afford them the opportunity. COVID injuries afford the opportunity for that. And Cam is trying to benefit from it. I guess he's trying to sit up and get his opportunity to really play because he was highly talented. Like, he went to Texas. He played 1 year at Texas. Then he left Texas and transferred to Utah, and he's been at Utah since then. So he transferred from Texas transferred from Texas to Utah in 2018, and he's been at Utah since 2018.
I'm just saying, 6 years. We talking about the young man 9 years and all that, like different stuff. I think he was a tight end or something. 9 years. All I'm saying is that it's taking you that long to develop. What's taking you so long? Like, for real. Like I'm not gonna worry myself to death about what's taking you so long because I already get the picture. You ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? It's like Matt Leinart. Remember Matt Leinart? This dude won the Heisman Trophy, I believe. He won the national championship or whatever. And he was going to go number 1, slated to go number 1, and he chose to stay a 5th year in college. And what did that cost him? That's when you knew he wasn't ready. That's when you knew he was slow. That 5th year, he dropped. Not only did he drop in the draft, he was never nothing in the NFL. Well, I felt like, man, if he would have went right then, you know what I'm saying? If he would have went right then, oh, man, it would have been a match made in heaven. Things would have been different. But nah, you wanted to play around. And that's what I see with Shiloh. I just see what you lagging for. Like I'm saying, unless it's by design, unless it's family design, that, you going to waste, you know what I'm saying, 2 extra years waiting on your brother or something? I mean, I don't understand.
So, as we know, you're getting closer and closer to the game, about 20 minutes. What's going to happen tonight? I feel, of course, that we have a chance. If we have to win, we being the 49ers have to get a dub tonight in order to stay alive potentially. At this point, they're honestly just fighting to stay, to fight for the NFC Championship, in which, for the most part, they've already played the majority of the teams. They're at the bottom of the NFC West, where they're currently sitting at 1-3. The only team they beat was Seattle, but Seattle came back and beat them. in all three of the games in which they lost in the NFC, the opposition came back and won the game late in the fourth quarter. We couldn't hold the line. So that happened to them in Los Angeles Rams. It happened to the Arizona Cardinals, and it happened to them in Seattle. So in order to keep pace, they need to at minimum win the next 2 games in the conference, and then that sets them up to a degree to at least come out and be 3-3 in the division.
Like I said, Trey, come on over here. Come on over here with the Cowboys and sit down, because that's just ridiculous. Like, both of us are going to miss the playoffs this year. That's what it's looking like. I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch with the 49ers, because Kyle Shanahan been known to pull a rabbit out of the hat. But realistically, y'all ain't playing the Bears this week, and y'all ain't got the Bears no more on y'all schedule. Because the Bears let me down. Come on, Caleb. The one time I ride with you, you can't do nothing against a team that had nobody. You got all your weapons. They got nobody. I don't even know.
Our last 4 games is tonight. Starts out tonight with the Los Angeles Rams. Then next week we got Miami. Week after that, Christmas, New Year's Eve or New Year's Eve, we got Detroit, and then we finish the year off with Arizona. We can win 3 of those last 4 games without a doubt.
Against who?
We can beat the Rams. We can beat the Rams. We're going to beat the Rams tonight. We're going to beat the Rams tonight. We're going to beat the Dolphins the week after that.
You can beat the Dolphins. That's the only team.
And we're gonna beat Detroit. I mean, we're gonna beat Arizona at the end of the season.
That's why y'all 3 games. Detroit. Because Detroit will already have the number 1 seed wrapped up. That'll be the only reason y'all beat Detroit, is that they have the number 1 seed wrapped up. No, man. Like, come on, man. Be realistic with your squad. Like, I feel it. I know you want the playoffs, but at the same time,
I want 4-0, but we can get 3-1.
You got nobody. You got whoever Garindo playing tonight, and who knows who else you got playing. Like I said, Brock Purdy is the only thing y'all got.
We have Deebo Samuel. We have Brock Purdy. We have George Kittle.
Deebo was on social media making excuses for his play already, man. He was already saying, nah, I ain't getting the ball enough. Man, when?
He's not. They give Deebo the ball to run sweep. So they get, and then tonight we get Dre Greenlaw back. We got Hufanga back. We have Mustafa that's already there, has been playing exceptionally well. We got Shavarius Ward. We're
they might as well stay hurt, because tonight you got Puka Nacua tonight. You got Nacua tonight.
We're gonna sit up and say we're gonna sit up and hold that meet. It's gonna be a different 49er defense, in my opinion.
Matthew Stafford will not turn this ball over tonight.
Matt, turn the ball over.
I need this one. Matt, don't turn this ball over tonight. That's gonna be the only difference. It is Matt Stafford turning, because if he get it to if it's in Nacua's hands, it's a done deal. Kyron Williams.
Now Kyron, I worry about. Kyron is a beast.
I'm not even worried about him running out of the backfield, throwing him the ball out of the backfield. Match him up with the hurt Greenlaw and burn him a couple of times. Beat these matchups of all these hurt people coming back. Take advantage of these people coming back off injury. For real. Like, and I think McVay gonna do that.
Stop it, Dre. We're not
right. It is true. The whole NFC West this year has been a disappointment. But hey, my Cowboys been a disappointment.
Is the NFC West a disappointment, or are they battling? They're battling.
They're not battling. They battling each other.
That's what I'm talking about.
Teams. But the other teams outside, come on, man. Like, y'all a step away from the NFC South, where all them teams struggling. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got a team. What the Seahawks? What 1.5 game, 2 games over 500 or something? Like, that's y'all leader. The South ain't what they 1 game over 500. If they 1 game over 500, the leader, they might be under. What I'm saying is not impressive.
Yeah, let's go. The 49ers, of course. Let's go. Have that. You have New York. The Rams have San Francisco tonight. They have New York next week, which is probably winnable. Then they got Arizona and Seattle to close out the season.
Well, that's gonna be the Rams' problem, is that they gotta play those 2 other NFC West teams. And I think it's Seattle's division to lose, man. We already know that. It's Seattle. And which Seattle gonna show up for their last few games,
Yeah,
their last 4 games is gonna be the difference.
Seattle can crash and burn as well. They're only,
but that's what I'm saying. Because we've seen Geno
ahead.
get right there and then drop, but at the same time, y'all just ain't been healthy this year, man. And you have to scrap that. Like, no 20 touchdowns from McCaffrey this year. No, you know what I'm saying? Debo crying about getting the ball. Like, I ain't hating on nobody.
He should.
I ain't hating on nobody. Yeah, you are hating.
He should. Debo should be crying. He's the number one option when Brandon Ayuk is there. Debo should be the number one option. They give the ball to Jennings, so the ball has to be evenly distributed. Debo should be one of the people that they should be going to, and then Brandon Jennings should be that. What happened? What messed up the circle of life, in my opinion, is that complete games are. We're gonna see tonight, Dre. I know you're gonna tap in tonight, watch it.
I like that comment because within that comment is something else that you ain't mentioning, and that's that situational ball. And right now, the Rams been turning it on and playing better situational ball throughout the game. Right now, Seattle, they be topsy turvy. Cardinals could have had that division easily, but they lost. They smoked games that they could have. They smoked games that they had leads that they should have won easily. Like, they should have won easily. So that's how you knew the Cardinals wasn't ready. But the 49ers, we know that they top dogs in the division. The problem is nobody's been healthy for them all season long. From the quarterback on down. So
yeah, that's true.
But y'all older too. Y'all not young. These guys ain't young.
What messed up the circle of life is when Brandon Ayuk went down. Brandon Ayuk goes down. That opened up the door. With Brandon Ayuk going down, that opens up the door. That opened up the door for Brandon Jennings to go from to Jawan Jennings. I'm sorry, not Brandon Jennings. Jawan Jennings to go from a good third option to having to be forced into the second option, to where now it seems like he's Brock Purdy's number one target. And then you have Ricky Parasol, George Kittle is still there. But Debo's left in the dirt, so it's like I can understand why Debo is upset about he's not getting the ball.
I gotta make the most of what I got, and then Debo can't say it's just one way or the other. Debo gotta say, man, it's just how it turned out. Like, our quarterback ain't been 100%. We've been playing with him, without him. We've been here, there. I mean, so right now, Debo just gotta suck it up and be a team player and just say, hey, man, we struggling right now. You know what I'm saying? He got to do what Michael Parsons did and walk off, because what Debo's starting to look like to me, and I didn't see this in him, Trey, but he's starting to look like a Stephon Diggs to me. Like a whole bunch of woofing. Man, we can win, but don't you know we can win without you? You will be banished. Stephon Diggs went to Houston, and where is he at right now? on the injured list somewhere. What I'm saying is getting all up in Josh Allen's face when you had a great quarterback. All you got to do is play your position and catch the ball when it comes to you. You can't even do that. And then you want to cry. That's what I'm saying. Like, Debo, you finna be out of there. You finna be out of there in a minute. Like, for real, like, you gonna find yourself a Carolina Panther or or even worse, a New York Jet. Just saying.
I don't know. He'll be teamed up with Garrett and Devontae.
And they won't be going nowhere.
Might not
They'll
be the worst.
Be sitting at home. They'll all be sitting at home.
Tonight, Isaac Guerendo, get the name right. Isaac Guerendo is a questionable at running back.
Sound too much Pacheco to me. Sound like I'm just playing.
Ben Birch is, of course, coming back. Nick Bosa and Dre Greenlaw are expected to be back in the playoff. So we might see a different team tonight. I'm just saying we might see a different team tonight.
Because I don't know what Rams team we're going to see. I just know for me right now, the Rams look like they trending more upward than the 49ers right now.
They are. I'll be honest and say that you are completely right. If we can stop Kyron, I don't care even if we can stop Kyron and stop because Puka Nacua is good, but I don't see Puka Nacua carrying the team. If we can slow down Kyron and put the clamps on Cooper, I think we're good offensively.
Yo. Well, we talking offensive.
We'll let him eat. We'll let him cook. We can let Puka cook. But go ahead.
So what's up with Shanahan not being able to devise schemes or adjust even with the backup quarterbacks, backup running backs and stuff, not being able to adjust his offense. Like, what is he doing? Like, you think he just relaxing this year or something because of the injuries, or he playing it safe because of the injuries?
I think he's playing it safe because of the injuries. I think you hit the head on the nail. He's playing it safe because of the injuries. Let's be honest, Brandon Allen ain't it. Like, I'm trying to figure out how we even allow what's his name to walk out the door. Or obviously what was happening is he probably felt like he had a better situation in which he's got this. He's capitalizing on the situation in Sam Darnold. Like, how did you let him walk out the door as your backup? Pay him a little money. Do what New Orleans did with Taysom Hill and let Taysom Hill use Taysom Hill as best as you can. But they let Sam Darnold out the door, or maybe Sam Darnold left because he figured he had a better situation. Maybe he expected to be able to be out JJ McCarthy in Minnesota, which he didn't. But it just so happened JJ McCarthy got injured, and that's what opened the door for him. And now he's in a situation to where, is he going to be the starting quarterback, or did he just audition for a starting role somewhere else? And then we're going to see, okay, people are going to look at like, okay, this is the Sam Darnold that we all knew to begin with. So it's interesting, and we're seeing how that's going to go. But we don't have and which is always, in my opinion, our Achilles heel, not having the backup quarterback. Right? We went from Jimmy Garoppolo to Trey Lance, then from Trey Lance to Jimmy Garoppolo to Brock Purdy, and then Brock Purdy to a potential Jimmy Garoppolo, to just having Brock Purdy, and Johnson in the NFC Championship game, then coming back and basically having Brock Purdy the following year. But I forgot who our backup was, and then the next year we had Brock Purdy.
And I know y'all had Mullen one while. I know Mullen.
Yeah, Nick Mullins. And then the next year we will go to having Brock Purdy and Sam Darnold in a Super Bowl championship year, in which we don't get the job done, and then come back the next year and let Sam Darnold go out the door. We pick up Josh Dobbs and Brandon Allen. Like, come on,
I think Josh Dobbs is a heck of a pickup, man, because when you But if you're gonna throw the playbook out the window, that's my guy to go to. If you're not going, if you want him to play by your playbook, you probably in trouble. But
yeah, true that.
But if you say, forget the playbook and go win the game, Josh, then you gotta fight and shot with that guy. If you just let him go,
I agree. I completely agree. If you just sit up and bring Josh Dobbs off they'll be like, hey, don't come to practice. Just keep yourself ready to go just in case, and then bring Josh in. He's probably going to win. Yeah, he's going to play. But if you make that star astronaut brain have to remember plays and know the playbook, then you're probably not going to go.
You in trouble. We already seen it from him. Hey man, go out there and play. Go win the game. He can do that. The playbook, not so much. you know the playbook. Nah, don't study the playbook, Josh. Which is weird to say in these days, but you've seen gifted people before, and that's why I think the Rams have the most gifted players in this game tonight that's healthy. Like the 49ers are coming off injury. We don't know how they're gonna perform coming off injury. I just think they got the more healthier squad with the most talent. I think Puka Nacua is great. I don't know if Cooper Kupp is playing, but if Cooper Kupp is playing, then that's double trouble right there. And then, like I said, the Kyron Williams. But what's going to make it all happen is Matthew Stafford won a Super Bowl a few years ago, man. And let's just face it, he's been just middle of the way since then. He's had some injuries himself. He's dealt with injuries himself. Tonight, he got a chance to say, hey, you know what? I can put our rival pretty much away. He can put y'all almost in a hole that y'all can't dig yourself out of tonight. So I want to see Matthew Stafford, step up to that challenge and say, hey, no more 49ers. I really want to see that. That's why I'm riding with the Rams. I think Matthew Stafford got this one in him. Win one for the Gipper. Oh, my bad. The skipper or whoever.
So I assume, like you just said, win one for the Gipper. You're taking the Rams tonight?
Yeah, taking the Rams.
Same thing with Bishop. He's taking the Rams as well. He texted me. He said he's taking the Rams. And so I'm taking San Francisco tonight. I think we can get
now
done.
See, now you back on the 49er train.
I was on the point. I told y'all was not going to y'all. I let y'all. I can't say y'all.
Hey,
like
if I come back, hey, look, we got what 4 weeks? These last 3 weeks. If I come back and catch, and that one game is the difference, we gonna talk about that forever. You know what I'm saying? If that one game is the difference. Oh boy.
So now, like I said,
y'all gotta understand.
So without a doubt, like I said, but look at it, like I knew damn well that I should have selected. I should have went with Green Bay, but I let y'all finesse me into taking San Francisco. I was not going to sit up and do that 2 times in a row when they came up against Buffalo. I know better, but I mean, it is what it is. Of course, like I said, it puts us in the positions that we are in. So tonight, like I said, I got San Francisco to start off the week. Bishop and CC are going with the Rams. And you know what? Every time they go against me, this is like we're going to see. But
no. I didn't know Bishop was taking the Rams, but I'm still with the Rams. I still feel like, I gave the Rams a 1 or 2 point win in this game tonight. It's going to be close. It ain't going to be a blowout or nothing, but I gave them 21-20, 18-17 or something. I feel like they're going to win in some way, somehow. Like an ugly score, But before we get out of here, man, I want to say I've been watching a little bit more of the NBA. And before we get out of here, I wanted to touch on that about the NBA real quick, people. We talked about the Rockets a little bit earlier. But what's up with this Jimmy Buckets? Is he going to be traded? Is that, would Miami really trade him? And what would they trade him for in return?
Really, Eric, the disrespect. But it's the Rams. You know what I thought? I would love to see them in purple and gold.
There you go, boy. Everybody got to be a Laker, man. Y'all hear this, people? Everybody got to be a Laker. No. I thought about that scenario, though. I was like, nah. I would rather see him as a Warrior. I think if he went to the Warriors, they win the championship. I think if he go there and he's somewhat healthy, coming down the stretch in Golden State, they win. I don't think he'll win in LA because who's not gonna get out the way. Because I did think that him and AD would they would do some things.
So I believe without a doubt that LB would get out the way if that was the case. And I definitely don't want to see him. Another reason I think about him going to LA is because I don't
his legacy by playing third fiddle to those 2 dudes. He not gonna do it.
I don't want to see him in Golden State without a doubt. That's another reason why I say that, because that's definitely what I don't want to see is him in Golden State. Although now
Steph's gonna get number 5 if Jimmy Butler go. If Jimmy Buckets go, Steph and Draymond finna get number 5. Woo! Luka, you don't want them problems in the playoffs, baby. I'm just saying, what's his name? Jamal Murray. You don't want them problems. Y'all lucky that dude in the East. For real, y'all lucky that dude in the East.
He's a problem. He's a like you said. What we
said, KD, you don't want them problems. You don't. You already struggle with Paul George, and then Paul George gone now, but you struggle with the Clippers, and you struggle with you don't want them Jimmy Butler problems. I'm just saying, like. And guess what? The East, Boston, and Milwaukee would be glad that he gone.
Until they got to face it, until that he stands in the way. He's the last boss standing in the way of them winning the championship.
But Boston won the championship, but who could beat them almost single-handedly? This dude beating you with – keep in mind, he beat all your drafted talent with – free agents or undrafted free agents.
And the year that they won is the year that he was injured, didn't play.
I mean, you feel what I'm saying? Like, this guy is impressive. Another guy, he reminded me of Drew Holiday. Jimmy Butler and Drew Holiday, man, they could flip your team real quick. And last thing I want to say is go Juan Soto, man. $765 million, people. Like, Ohtani got $750. This dude said, I'm not going to stay with the Yankees for $750. I'm going to go over here to the Mets for an extra $15 million.
Well,
just so I could be higher than Ohtani, man. That was what it was all about.
Put him at $15 million a year. So I mean, that's money in the bank, bro. I mean, not 50, 51 million a year.
That's what
for 15 years.
It was smart. It was smart to be the highest paid. I want the most. I mean, that's where the game's at. But Ohtani already done won because he done already won a World Series. Now, is Soto gonna win one with the Mets though? Like you took the Yankees. We saw them two dudes. They it. You know, they flipped two franchises both. One got to win, one got to lose. But all I'm saying is Soto, can he do the same thing with the Mets, man?
So when you look at it, I think it's a little bit different because in the case of New York was full of talent, right? In which where Soto was at. When you look at Ohtani was was with the Angels, but they wasn't star powered up like the Dodgers. So Ohtani came and just gave a little more oomph to them. Soto was already there. So if Ohtani hadn't, but then you got to take it because the Dodgers were there. They was like around. They just had trouble getting out the NCLS, or they get to the World Series and it wasn't, and they had trouble dealing in the World Series. So the Dodgers it's not like they was a team coming out the West. I mean, coming out the NL. But they just didn't have enough to get to it. The Ohtani gave them what they needed. A weak Ohtani. Think about it. Ohtani he was one way.
That's what I'm saying. He couldn't even pitch. This is the guy with the arm that can also pitch on you, man.
Yeah,
that's gonna be.
He can go yard and pitch, and he could go yard and KU.
That's gonna be scary to see that if he can ever get back to that farm, Trey, and you see that in the World Series.
I wouldn't even want it from him now.
Man, I want to see it one time in the World Series. He got to pitch one game. A healthy arm, he got to pitch one time in the World Series.
Because you hear what they're thinking about doing right now, right? If they're going to the Golden Bat, possible. So yeah, but in that case, like I wouldn't want them to have Ohtani pitching anymore. However, he could be a reserve to where if you need to, you can bring him in. He can.
I would love to see him pitch, man.
Take the mound,
starting
and lead the World Series.
Starting pitchers, so they can stop talking about this old Babe Ruth stuff and all these mystical people that we never saw. I'm saying, like, I want to see it live myself. This guy hitting them out the park, and he gonna pitch strikes to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's gonna be the game to watch out for. The Subway Series is now, and I think it's gonna give a little bit of edge, hopefully, to my Yankees, inspire Aaron Judge and Stanton to be all that they can be more, without because Soto came and embarrassed them guys. 1 year he came and flipped the franchise. We in the World Series. So hopefully they find a chip on their shoulder and they fight and they fight for it. And they prove who the Yankees is. And, getting back to the World Series ain't good enough. We got to start winning again.
In any case, the championship trophy is in Los Angeles. It's going to remain there. Dodger blue, baby. So, of course, we greatly appreciate y'all tapping in tonight. Of course, be sure to show up Sunday. We should have the full crew here ready to go, in which we're going to really dive into what's going on in Philly. We're going to have special guests, my man, retired Navy veteran, Gerald Johnson, CEO of Volunteer Vets. He's going to tell us about his organization and let y'all know how y'all can get down with the Get Down if you're in the area. Talk about his Philadelphia Eagles or so much. So we should hear a lot of calamity from him and Bishop about these damn Eagles. But I mean, again,
dear Santa, clip those Eagles wings. Sincerely, a cowboy die hard.
So until then, be sure to tap it in. Y'all know we get to formation come Sunday morning. We see y'all then. Peace. We up out of here. Bang, bang, not a game. Let's get it.